block, same corner, same damn spot. Where we learn to hustle, where we learn to rock. Same faces, same places, same old talk. But something's different when I walk the walk. Same block, it's all the same. Different players, but the same damn game. Same block, calling my name. But I ain't answering, I changed my frame. Same block, where I came from, but I won't go back. Same block, got love for it, but I'm off that track. Same block, la 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 la. Same block. Yo, check, yo. Same block where my mans got shot. Same block where dreams get chopped. Same block where the fiends cop rocks. Same block where the schemes don't stop. But fuck that, I'm past that. Same block tryna hold me back. Same block with the same exact motherfucker doing crack math. Same block. La 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 la. Same block. Same block, Same block. Where I came from, but I won't go back. Same block. Got love for it, but I'm off that track. Same block. Same block. Same block. Same block. Yeah. Same block, raise me up. Same block, tried to break me down. Same block. Same block. Same block. Same block. Same block. But I'm not.
You remember when the block was different. You remember when the block was different. Yeah, you remember. You remember when the corner store and Mr. Chen behind the counter. Every afternoon you count the change, you count the hours. You remember how your moms would send you down for milk and bread. Now you walk past boarded windows, painted messages are dead. Friends you grew up with, you remember how they used to laugh. Now you're calculating losses, doing fucked up math. You remember when the building super knew your fucking name. Now it's corporate management, everything has changed. You remember block parties, speakers in the window, DJ spinning vinyl, everybody dancing to the tempo. You remember when the beef was settled with your fists. Now you see the yellow tape, another name crossed off the list. You remember when the old head sat on stoops and talked shit, teaching lessons through their stories how to navigate the pit. You remember when you thought you never leave this place. Now you're planning your escape but can't forget this face. You remember when the neighborhood was yours. You remember what you came here fighting for. You remember every soul behind these doors. You remember what this was. You remember when your girl would meet you by the subway stairs, her perfume mixed with city air, the way she flipped her hair. You remember late night conversations on the fire escape, planning futures, making promises you knew you couldn't break. You remember when your brother had that hustle on the side before the cops came through and took him for that fucking ride. You remember visiting on Sundays, talking through the glass, watching how his system breaks you down, nothing good will last. You remember when your father worked the factory shift, doubled overtime to pay the rent, America's fucked up gift. You remember when the gentrification started creeping in, coffee shops and yoga studios, where's the fucking end? You remember when the rent was something families could afford, now it's luxury developments, priced out and ignored. You remember when the culture wasn't something to be sold, now they package up your stories, turn your struggle into gold. You remember when the neighborhood was yours. You remember what you came here fighting for. You remember every soul behind these doors. You remember what this was. You remember what this was. You remember remember, you remember, you remember, you remember, you remember what this was. You remember every crack and every sidewalk that you walked. You remember every word that every old head ever talked. You remember every lesson learned from every mistake made. You remember every price that every dreamer ever paid. You remember every word and every sucker with the walk. You remember every prison on me slacker will be walk. You remember every number bumped this up with this dog. You remember when he diamond you and him up as this odds. You remember, and the rays gon' make unsure. You remember, which is pivot I eat for. You remember, like the shore was I need store. You remember, you I come von most the star. Yeah. Check it out, yo. Born in Bangkok, but my soul speaks soul. Mama made kimchi while Pops played his role. Bounced between borders, never belonged fully. Kids kept asking questions, looking at me strangely. Where you from, they say, with puzzled faces. I stutter and stumble through mixed up places. Half my heart in Thailand, half in Korean streets. Caught between cultures, never felt complete. Lunchtime loneliness, sandwich shame. While others ate normally or felt the blame. Packed with pad thai, bulgogi beef. Identity crisis, bringing me grief. Language switching, code switching daily. Speaking 3 tongues but feeling crazy. Teachers pronounce my name all wrong. Been searching for where I belong. Where you from, where you from, where you really from? La la la, oh. That's the question that's been haunting me so long. La la la, oh. Where you from, tell me where you from. La la la, oh. Still searching for the place where I belong, where I belong. Moved to Queens when I turned 15. Asian faces plenty but still felt unseen. Not Korean enough for Korean cats. Not Thai enough when I spit my raps. Grandma stories about the old country, mixed with memories, bittersweet and lovely. Festivals and food, tradition and truth. But I'm American made in Asian youth. Friends don't understand this dual existence. Living between worlds requires resistance. Code switching conversations, cultural navigation. Finding my voice through this situation. Hip-hop became my universal language. Beats and rhymes helped heal the damage. Microphone confessions, booth revelations. Music bridged my scattered nations. Now I spit for kids who feel displaced. Mixed heritage, but never misplaced. Where you from, where you from, where you really from? La la la, oh. That's the question that's been haunting me so long. La la la, oh. Where you from, tell me where you from. La la la, oh. Still searching for the place where I belong. Where I belong. Oh, yeah, from everywhere and nowhere. La la la, from struggle and I'm from prayer. Oh, from 2 worlds colliding. La la la, from cultures dividing. 25 now, finally found my peace. Mixed identity became my masterpiece. Where I'm from ain't just geography. It's the melody of my biography. Thai spice, Korean rice, Queens concrete. All ingredients make me complete. Stop asking where I'm really from. I'm from the blend, the fusion, the sum. My accent shifts like subway trains. Through different boroughs, different lanes. But every stop is still my home. In this melted pot, I'm not alone. To all my mixed kids feeling lost, your difference ain't a burden or cost. It's your superpower, your unique flow. Embrace the blend, let your colors show. Where you from? I'm from the intersection of cultures, love, and self-reflection. Where you from? Where you from? Where you really from? La la la, oh. This call me Soro. La la la, oh. Where you from? Where you from? Something really from. La la la, oh. Something stitches, some case that I wrote, and you bought me roll. Check it. The power of one single. Yo, let me break it down. Started with a whisper, now it's burning in my chest. One simple statement put my patience to the test. Walking through the neighborhood where promises get broken. Heard it from my pops before his last words were spoken. Son, your word is everything, protected like your life. Now I'm standing at the crossroads with decision like a knife. Cut through all the bullshit, all the lies that people spread. When your word means something, you sleep better in your bed. I remember handshakes used to seal the biggest deals. Now contracts got small print and nobody keeps it real. But I'm old school with it, what I say is what I mean. If I tell you I'ma do it, then consider it unclean.
Word is bond, word is law, word is everything I saw in my father's eyes when he taught me how a man should be. Word is bond, word is law, word is everything I saw. If you question what I said, then you question in my head.
See, these cats be talking loud, but walking real quiet. Start some drama with their mouth, then wonder why there's riots. I don't speak unless I'm certain, don't promise what I can't deliver. Keep my circle tight and small, trust is thinner than a sliver. Had a homie flip on me, said he'd hold me down forever. Now he's gossiping with enemies, changing like the weather. That's why I move cautious, every syllable gets weighed. Better to say nothing than to see your trust get frayed. Street taught me young that reputation's built on actions, not the fancy words you use or temporary attractions. So when I give my word, know it's heavy like a stone. When I make that promise, man, it's harder to the bone.
Word's bond, word is law, word is everything I saw in my father's eyes when he taught me how a man should be. Word is bond, word is law, word is everything I saw. If you question what I said, then you question in my head.
One word can start a war, one word can heal the pain, one word can close the door, one word can break the chain. That's why I choose them careful, that's why I make them count. Every single syllable got weight I can't discount. Now I'm older, getting wiser, see the value in my speech. Practice what I'll preach and never preach what I can't reach. Young cats looking up to me, hanging on me every line. If I lead them down the wrong path, then the fault is truly mine. So I speak with purpose, every sentence carries weight. Rather be respected than be loved for being fake. In this game of life we playing, honesty's the winning move. When your word becomes your signature, ain't nothing left to prove. Politicians lie for living, rappers lie to sound cool. But I'd rather speak the truth than be labeled as a fool. Cause when it's all said and done and they lay me in the ground, want them to remember me for keeping my words round.
Word is bond, word is law, word is everything I saw in my father's eyes when he taught me how a man should be. Word is law, word is law, word is everything I saw. If you question what I said, then you crushed his bit away.
Call me every morning, now I'm staring at the ceiling. Wonder if you're still recording all those songs about your feelings. Same beat playing in my head, same words you never said. It's the same beat playing in my mind. Same beat, left it all behind. Same beat, why can't I let go? Same beat, that's all I need to know. Coffee shop on Lenox Avenue, where we used to sit and argue about everything and nothing. Now I'm sitting here with nothing. Same beat echo in the past. Nothing good was meant to last. It's the same beat, playing in my mind. Same beat, left it all behind. Same beat, why can't I let go? Same beat, that's all I need to know. You said I never understood the way you heard the music, but I was listening good to every word, you'd lose it. Now that rhythm's all I got, but what we used to be. Same beat, different thought, but you're still here with me. It's the same beat, playing in my mind. Same beat, left it all behind. Same beat, why can't I let go? Same beat, that's all I need to know. Same beat, 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 same beat.
Yeah, check it out, yo. Da 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 da. Walking through the block, see you standing there, looking all fly with your hair down. I don't really care, but damn, the way you move got me thinking twice. Maybe I should step to you, roll the fucking dice. Not gonna lie, got me feeling some type of way. Been watching you from across the street all day. Your style's tight, your vibe's right. Maybe we could talk tonight. La da da da. You got something I can't ignore. Walking by my door, making me want more. You smile so sweet, got me off my feet. Can we take a seat and just fucking meet? Oh, oh, oh. Girl, you got that something I can't ignore. Walking by my door, making me want more. Yeah, yeah. Look, I ain't tryna be no smooth operator, but the way you carry yourself, girl, you're such a player. Got me twisted up inside, yeah, I'm feeling strange. Never thought I'd be the type to want some fucking change. But here we are, standing face to face. Your perfumes got me floating in and out of space. Can't front, you got me open like a book. One glance, one smile, da da da. Something I can't ignore. Walking by my door, making me want more. You smile so sweet, got me off my feet. Can we take a seat and just fucking meet? Oh, oh, oh. Girl, you got that something I can't ignore. Walking by my door, making me want more. Yeah, yeah. I'm not usually the type to chase, but something about you puts me in my place. Oh yeah, maybe we could walk around the way and see what you got to say. La da da da. So it's good, baby. Can we vibe tonight? Your energy so fresh, got me feeling right. No games, no bullshit, just keeping it real. Tell me how you feel, what's the fucking deal? I know you see me looking, don't act like you don't. I'm hoping that you feeling me, hoping that you won't. Just walk away and leave me standing here alone. Pick up your phone, let's set the tone. Da 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 da. Girl, got me something I can't ignore. Walking by my door, making me want more. Your smile so sweet, got me off my feet. Can we take a seat and just fucking meet? Oh, oh, oh. Girl, you got that something I can't ignore. Walking by my door, making me want more. Yeah, yeah. So what you say? Can we make this day? La da da da. Yeah. Check it out. Oh yeah.
Check it. Turn that up, man. Let me tell you about this life. Walking through the neighborhood where I grew up. Same corner store, same old shit, nothing changed, man. Mama used to tell me, son, you better watch your back. Now I'm telling stories about the cats who never made it back. Every block got tales to tell. Every face got scars to show. From the bottom where we fell to the top where we might go. Corner stories, that's all we really know. Yeah, that's all we know. That's all we know. From the streets where we grow. Remember Tony from the block used to hustle hard. Now he's doing time upstate, playing cards. His little sister came around, asked me what I seen. Told her Tony was a king, but the game ain't clean. Every block got tales to tell. Every face got scars to show. From the bottom where we fell to the top where we might go. Corner stories, that's all we really know. Yeah, that's all we know. That's all we know. From the streets where we grow. En la esquina donde crecí. Todo cambió, pero nada cambió. Los muchachos que perdí en las calles donde jugó. Mis memorias, mis historias, eso es lo que me quedó. Now I'm older, still the same kid inside. Watching new faces take their dangerous ride. You can leave the hood, but it never leaves you. Every corner that I pass brings me back to truth. Every block got tales to tell. Every face got scars to show. From the bottom where we fell to the top where we might go. Corner stories, that's all we really know. Yeah, that's all we know. That's all we know. From the streets where we grow. Listen to the stories, man. Every corner is something to say when you pay attention. Don't sound like that. Yo, let me tell you about something. Back in the day when we first connected, your voice carried weight, respect collected. Simple exchange, but the meaning ran deeper than surface conversation. Soul keeper, found in the rhythm of what you were saying. Trust built it slow, no games we're playing. Language became our bridge, our foundation. Word by word, creating this relation.
And I know what you mean when you say it without saying it through. Promise kept between us two. Sacred vow that we both knew.
Remember that night when the rain was falling? You broke down the walls, heard your heart calling. No contracts needed, just honest expression. Truth in the silence, raw confession. Street codes and honor, old school tradition. Handshake agreements, no politician. What flows from the mind to the mouth with precision creates the connection, that's my mission.
And I know what you mean when you say it without saying it through. Promise kept between us two.
Now when I see you across the crowded room, I know exactly what we've been through. No need for an explanation, the underspinning's clear. Built on something solid, something sincere. From the first time we spoke to this moment right here, evolution of trust, year after year. Started simple, became something more. The power of keeping what we're fighting for. And I know what when you